Okay, so it was just it's because it was like 2 weeks prior, and the elevator thing for some reason. Hello, everybody. So good morning. So or whatever time of day it is there. So first of all, I don't understand the ad insert thing. Now less ads, lesser. Well, I don't know. Anywho, and also I had to try this in a second tab. It didn't work the first time, and I figured out how to select. I almost wondered if YouTube was making some alterations or whatever, but I figured out how to select. Um, I'm gonna just move this chair a bit closer. I never think about that. I want the back, and I don't want to be talking too loud. Someone's still sleeping here. Um, and it's ironic the shirt I'm wearing, considering the one I made last night. But basically, um, sorry. I've been awake for a little over an hour, maybe almost two, but I'm still not that awake. I didn't think to get some coffee. Maybe I should have, but I'm not planning to do this for very long. Never the intent, but as I come together, activate. Uh, I was just listening for a moment because we have tinnitus in our household. So yes, I do want to remember that actually. Another reason to not do this very long. So something really weird happened through the night. As a lot of you may know, I use chapstick. I get these weird sensations in my lips if I don't lately. That's been for like 2 or 3 years probably. Um, I actually stopped from earlier though. I woke up. I kind of stepped on something. Don't ask me how because I have this little thing along my side of the bed, and I have a cup, and I had it in there. I always do. I never leave the bed with it, and it was in the middle of. It was on the floor, and then I picked it up. I couldn't find some of the pieces. I even briefly turned the light on, didn't know that, and then I put it on a book on a shelf out in the hallway, and then the leader he steps on a part. Or no, he somehow sensed with the music playing that our dog was chewing on something, and he was a little bit iffy in his little crate cave thing. But I think and then Malin, but he was being gentle with him, and I think Sunny let me grab it actually. Didn't come out for the fake treats. This is what we had in the room, and I later felt like maybe Rochelle, young friend who passed away recently. Actually, I met her around the age of 23, her age, and she passed at 32. um, but she was just wanting us to like wake up and enjoy a bit of time with each other. And you never know what to expect in this life. I mean, through one of her contacts, and I've had to go back in a couple times. But partly, I'm looking for a ride. It's actually very close to my mother's area. I've had a fallout with her. I don't know what to think. About 3 or 4 years ago, but we talked some. But anyway, basically, um, um, yeah, I'm wearing a shirt from a choir, and she was a karaoke host. And it just so happened the night I found out. And yeah, she was very quick to, say, I want you to do music. I want you to have fun and enjoy yourself, you know, hopefully be appreciated. And yeah, it was kind of like, feel my presence, you know. But yeah, basically, but through one of her contacts, somebody else that lost a young spouse, I said to the person I live with, I says, like, sorry, I'm talking a little bit quietly. Somebody's sleeping here, but I'm just noticing what this looks like behind me. But sorry about that. But this is the best seat. It's kind of a tight area. But anyway, um, looks like I have this arm coming over my head. Maybe I do. See? Actually, if I do that, see if it brings in some viewers. Anywho, but basically, this person's partner was having, like my friend, she had, I want to say either juvenile or type 2, I don't know if they're the same, diabetes, and she had some other sort of problem. And 2 years ago, I ran into her, and she had mentioned that she was having some health problems. It was definitely during our summer Cedar Festival. That I know. I'm trying to remember if I ever went to anything with her there. No, we didn't. I seem to remember I tried to, and this was like you say, you tried to connect with her. But you know what? I think she's actually been sick for a long time. So after living up her youth, I think she kind of maybe was gradually slowing down over time. Um, she was still kind of, like I say, she was still young. Um, but basically, yeah, this guy that she knows, he hasn't posted in a while himself, had a GoFundMe because his young wife was pregnant, had some sort of complications, but was able to get herself to the hospital, give birth, from what I understand, and then she passed away. And life is just stupid sometimes, isn't it? But I'm having some medical problems as well. I'm trying to get them looked into, but I'm not sure what to think, what how much to do, whatever. So today, maybe Tuesday, I'll get myself to the nearby hospital because I can. Something to do. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll meet somebody else interesting in the room that I'll visit with and and see because it's been like 3 weeks. But I just want to go to the gym to be honest. But anyway, basically, just a moment. Nobody's here. So I took the one from this room earlier, and I have a spare one downstairs. We have quite a supply right now, and it was mostly rescued. And I found the lid, and I don't think he got much of it, and I don't think it's the first time he's done. Well, he's not actually. I'm staying till my water's gone. Then I'm gonna get coffee. See what Glenn's plan is. Apply chapstick. But really, what sparked this, because it is early, and like I said, I almost couldn't get this actually rolling. But really, what sparked this is, well, now that I mentioned it, maybe I'll just go get that chapstick. I don't want to have to re-close and open the door and possibly wake him up doing that. I'll be all right. I have a coworker that actually worked right around the same area that I met this. And what I'm thinking is that maybe Vince, one of my old neighbors, came with me, left early. I wasn't wanting to go yet because I was having a good time. It is part of her job as a karaoke host to, make sure everybody's feeling welcome and enjoying themselves. But and part of me thinks she would do this for anybody, but does that matter? I don't know. It does. In some ways, it really does. But basically, um, she would invite you over to her table with her friends. Truth be told, I haven't really stayed in touch with a lot of them, but I might soon re-see some of them at her funeral. And as a few of these moments before I say at her funeral, maybe that. Sorry, but basically, but I've been thinking about it like every now and then. There was one guy that lived close by. We'd all go to his place, his apartment sometimes. Sure, his neighbors loved us. I don't think we got that out of hand. It was a late night girl going enough. Well, some people work evenings, they're not working, they work part time, whatever it is. I wasn't working. Still not, unfortunately. But anyway, basically, but it's interesting because I have this coworker, and this is what really prompted me to do this video and what I think I want to make sure I say, and possibly not a whole lot more. Much as I want to get live viewers, people can comment afterwards. I kind of did the title intentionally, not intentionally, so it stands out. It is early, and I also don't know. Oh, I was going to do a sound check, right? Although I think the other day when I looked, um, the little indicator by the mic flashing between the second and the third, I believe, was audible. And that was on this device actually, because that doesn't show on the tablet, which is now saying that after crashing but mostly being usable and then actually being good for a while, uh, it decided to say it's out of date, and I think it even said it couldn't be updated. I'm probably gonna sound that much louder in the speakers though. Blah 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 blah. Testing 1 2 3. Ironically, testing 1 2 3. A little bit echoey, but whatever. So, and just as I finished the sound check, somebody tuned in. Welcome. So basically, yeah. And it's interesting because my mother is going on a trip to Nova Scotia, Canada. They were going to do it before the pandemic, apparently, and then the pandemic came. And basically, um, I'm just being distracted here. I shouldn't be, but I am. Um, and she's going to be seeing a few different areas. I'm not too sure how close they are to each other. They might be getting a rental car, I'm not sure. And one of the areas is where my friend's from. Well, I remember, like this one, I'm very thankful. Like I found out about Clark. It's weird. Rochelle was 32. Clark's mother's 105, still alive. But Clark passed away in 2022. I'm trying to remember if you'd think I would, but I can't recall quite. If I'd found out around Christmas. Hmm. 2022 definitely stands out, though. It's weird. I can't remember how long after I found out because I'm human. Life is distracting sometimes, and there's lots to process and stuff. But um, with Mary Ann, she passed away in 2015, and I didn't find out until like 3 years ago. She had claimed, that as we can hear, that she had tried to show me signs, and the day that I found out, it's interesting because, like I said, the shirt I was wearing when I found out about Rochelle, um, some other things that happened kind of in and around her passing, but it was 2 or 3 weeks later that I found out. Um, uh, basically, there was I think it was the top of an incense box, And it was like I say, 2020. It wasn't, but right, I didn't find out about Clark right away. So it could have been in and around when Clark passed away. I found out about Marianne, and then a while later found out about Clark. And I came downstairs, and on the living room floor, kind of shining at me, was this thing, and it had 2015 on it. Anyway, one thing that she once said to me about Glenn's epilepsy and health conditions, that she said to my telepathy, while she said don't sweat the small stuff, that's hard to do sometimes. She also said, it's actually a rather short obituary, kind of sort of. Isn't that the? I believe that's the name that Jessica's. I believe that's Jessica's last name now, and it was kind of interesting because the first part already was her last name. It's weird that. Well, okay. Hmm. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I would struggle to get there for sure, but I mostly want to be there. I know she'd be fine either way, but I think she really would like me there just for me to get out of the house, see some old friends, maybe make some new ones, like you said, and I don't know the feeling of many aunts or uncles. I had one uncle and one aunt. Wow, the uncle was actually my aunt's husband. They both been with Brian's. I recently found out that my dad's half brother that passed, I think it said 40, I was about 6 or 7. He was about 45, 50. Um, he was actually his adopted by his aunt. So I don't know if that means half brother or not to my dad. And anyway, but one thing that she had said, and I'm going to keep this short because then people will hopefully see it afterwards as well. And because I'm tired and such, I slept not bad, but I will be honest, I did wake up thinking of Rochelle for a while, and then my health symptoms kind of kept me up a little bit too. Um, so I would say I got at least 5 hours of sleep, I think. But anyway, had once said that um, a loved one's health problems are going to do what they're going to do, and I have no control about it over it. Now, usually I can tell when it's my angels and my angels slash loved ones, same thing, or me saying something. Like I knew that that was her a while ago, and actually one of the hugs in the meeting, I think was from Michelle. I think it was determined, and I was trying to decide if I was ready to know yet or whatever. But basically, I mostly feel it's coming from me, but this particular thing, I'm not sure. But essentially, it was whether I keep sleeping, whether just Glenn keeps sleeping, whether Glenn's doing his fitness activity, whether I'm looking up, you know, things connected to this friend that passed away. Essentially, in my example, or in my life, the other person I live with, who has a couple health conditions, um, is either going to pass away or not, regardless of what I do, regardless of what any of us do. Sure, we can make certain choices to the best of our ability, I'm just noticing that shelf on the well, the camera does usually reverse it, but why do I usually think I see it on that side? But I do think when I'm usually sitting back there, yeah. But I don't know, it just seems reversed, but sometimes the camera does that. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna happen, regardless. Or this guy I started following on YouTube. He smokes in his videos, and a couple people have commented that. And one of them, at least, he's replied to, I noticed, says, "Well, we're all gonna die." It would have been nice if he had said, "I appreciate your concern. I'm glad that you know, you know, that you care about me." Um, but he was just point blank, "We're all gonna die." But you know what? It's true. We all do. So, you know, that song I did last night, I believe I was planning to rewatch it actually, that video. I believe the quote on your obituary was mentioning that song, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's a Saturday. So you know what? He could join me. It's interesting. She knows a Feenstra, and the last funeral that we both went to was a Feenstra. He could join me. It's on a Saturday, and it's not. It's just a little bit before we might be in a commercial, and it's a couple of days after an appointment, which I'm ambivalent about. So it's interesting to think that it's on a day that he's not at work and could join me. And she's saying to me, spiritually, she's saying, "Be yourselves. I hope you feel love. I hope my friends make each other feel good and comforted. And I just want everybody to have a good time in my honor." She says, "So we'll do our best."